everyone. Welcome to Astro Reads with AMZN. I am AMZN. Today we're going to be doing Cancer's August reading. So let's just jump into things. We're going to do general, then love and romance, career and finance, and then some advice at the end with my Oracle deck. I'm going to keep using the Mermaid Tarot deck as the main deck. And let's see what's coming up for Cancers. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Cancer. What's going on in general for Cancers this month? I feel some solar plexus rumblings, maybe even sacral chakra work can be done here. It feels hot in my belly. So, like, you know, staying motivated to do the things that you want to do, or not even just motivated, but also disciplined. I feel like that's coming up. Ooh, alrighty. Let's see. What is going on for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah. In August. Okay. So we have 3 cards out here so far. Okay, so first here we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. This is giving the energy of, you know, not necessarily being surrounded by the best people or being in the best environments. The 3 of Cups, when it comes up in reverse, can also allude to a third-party situation. Typically not knowing that there's a third party in your situation. But I don't want to say that that's all that this represents, because it's not. I definitely feel like this is more so about just the people that you are surrounding yourself with, or who you're just allowing into your spaces. That feels like, you know, maybe there's certain people that don't have the best interest, or don't have your best interest in mind, or aren't really looking to help you grow as a person, and it's more so about them and their needs. This could also be like, I feel like overindulging, or even like it's getting difficult to like find your boundaries again, like see where they start and stop. That's what this feels like too, because there's a lot of things happening outside of you. But I will say we have the 6 of Pentacles here right after that. So I do feel like, you know, I feel like you're recognizing this, you know, about your boundaries and about who's around you and the environments that you're in. You're recognizing these things, so now you're like working to really clean it up for yourself, right? And that also involves kind of reaching out to folks that you don't have to like question these things about, you know, those tried and true people that you keep around you, you know, reaching out to them, being like, hey, I need some help, or hey, do you have space to talk about this, or whatever the case may be, right? Remembering that there is more outside of whatever it is that you're currently feeling with this 3 of Cups in reverse. More meaning that you don't have to sit here and be stuck and engulfed in the feeling, right? That yes, you can feel the feelings, and then you can go into action about them. And then lastly, we have Temperance in reverse here. So you might have Sagittarius placements. You might be dealing with someone who has Sagittarius placements. But I feel like this is kind of like just saying to refocus, your energy back onto yourself. You might have, like I said, you might have been in a place or a space where there's a lot of things outside of you. There's people around you. You're in different environments, and they're not all conducive to your growth or your best interest. And that can be very draining for you, Cancer, because you feel all of that, and you end up internalizing a lot of that too. So redirect, come back to self, recognize what you are absorbing that's not yours. Recognize the environments that you are in, the people that you're around, and don't be afraid to make those choices in dropping certain people or not putting yourself in certain environments anymore, or even just not allowing your emotions to dictate your actions, in the sense where you're just going off of your knee-jerk reaction and you're not giving yourself time to like breathe and feel that emotion in full before doing something about it, right? So redirect that energy that you're extending outwards back to yourself, and figure out what's going on there, as far as where you're putting your energy, who you're putting your energy into, what you're putting your energy into, and create some balance there for yourself. Yeah, because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. So you haven't been feeling that great about this, and that's okay. It's uncomfortable. And I feel like that's really what this Six of Wands is saying. It's just been very uncomfortable, and it's been very hard to see the bright side of things. There's two sixes here, and I feel like, this is about just balancing, learning how to balance certain things for yourself, how to balance your emotional reactions versus your emotional output, and balancing, the time you spend with others and the time you spend with yourself, just figuring out where your happy medium is. It's not a comfortable process. Like I said, there's going to be people that aren't okay with the decisions that you're making, that are going to have something to say about what you choose to do for yourself, but that's on them, right? Don't allow that to stop you from doing what you know is best for you, okay? Yeah. Don't allow this to affect your motivation in the ways that, like, or in a sense of your space, your mental and emotional space is now super crowded by all of this other stuff that maybe doesn't belong to you, and so you're having trouble trying to keep the flame going because there's all of these things like coming and raining down on top of it. So remember that, not to internalize these things. Remember to continue making decisions that feel like they are the best decisions for yourself, despite who it may or may not please, because at the end of the day, these are your decisions that you have to live with. So don't be afraid to keep setting those boundaries, to cut things out, to let yourself be emotional and feel your feelings, but don't allow them to dictate your actions. Okie doke, Cancers. Okay. So we're going to shift into love and romance. I'm going to be using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot deck. We're going to start with single and dating Cancers first. So let's see what's going on for single and dating Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August. What is love looking like for single and dating Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in August? I'm trying to figure out how I want to take this card. I feel like it should be this way. Okay. And what do you all need to be aware of in regards to love and romance this month? Okay. Alrighty. So for my single and dating Cancers, our first card that came out was the Ten of Wands. It sounds like you've been feeling overwhelmed, and I think it could be by, it could be by the things that you want for yourself, the ways that you want to grow. You might be taking on a lot more responsibilities lately, or even just taking on more, I don't want to say emotional baggage, but like just taking on things that may not necessarily be yours again, right? But this definitely feels like just being overwhelmed by kind of like what is required of you, right? Because Wands is about like activity and action and doing things. So you might have a lot going on in your life, and it's making it difficult to kind of keep track of things, see, what connections you can make, right? The man here can't see his path because all the wands are in his face. So I feel like that's another thing that's happening. It's been kind of difficult to make connections with folks because you're carrying all of these things and you can't even see where you're going for real. But I will say though, with the King of Pentacles here, that you are also really trying to set things up for yourself in a specific way, and I believe that's why you're taking on a bunch of responsibilities right now, or taking on like just all of this extra work. But I will say that in wanting to secure yourself and wanting to be stable and just have a clearer idea of what you want to do, how you want to go about things, especially in regards to love and connecting with people in romantic ways. It's important to remember that it's not just you in this as well. So if you are currently dating right now and you've been kind of like preoccupied, and the person that you're dating or the people that you're dating are kind of trying to like get your attention, or they're feeling maybe neglected because of all of the things that you're taking on, remember that with the King of Pentacles here, remember that the king is still compassionate and still, even though he's setting things up, even though he is able to provide and is able to do the work necessary that will set the stage for being able to provide in certain ways. Remember that it's not just about what people do for you or what you do for people, right? Because what you need to be aware of here with the Emperor in reverse, so you might have Aries placements, or you may be dating somebody with Aries placements. What you need to remember is that, like, you don't want to be a tyrant in your relationships. You don't want to bully people into what it is that you want for yourself, or how you want things to go, or not allowing people to show up as they are, because you want to be able to show up as you are as well, right? So with the Emperor in reverse here, like, be aware of just kind of not giving that space to be, right? Be aware of putting way too many expectations on things initially, of course. As you grow and if you become serious with a partner or partners, like, then obviously, things shift and change. Some expectations can be raised, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, you don't want to bully people. You don't want to be a tyrant in your relationships where it's only what you say goes, or where you are even bullying yourself and just being extremely hard on yourself. So that also makes it hard to connect, to see, to reach and interact with people in genuine ways and outside of what they can do for you. Okay? Yeah. Because we got the Chariot in reverse here. So here you are, Cancers. We got the Chariot in reverse. And, again, that's just getting ahead of yourself. Like, not doing what you need to do first before you can move forward, right? There are some things that you might just have to let go of because it's too heavy to carry, or there's just not enough space to carry it. And when you relieve yourself of this and lighten your load, then it becomes easier for you to move forward. It becomes easier for you to connect with folks as well. Okay? So, now let's go to committed Cancers in monogamous or polyamorous relationships. What is going on for committed Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in August? What is going on for committed Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in August? Let's see. And what do committed Cancers need to be aware of in their relationships and in love and romance? Ooh. 2 cards came out. All right. Okay. So first here we have the 7 of Cups. I always call like the 7 of Cups the card of options or the card of choices, but it's also a disillusionment sometimes, right? So either there's a lot of things to choose from right now. There's I almost even feel like an ultimatum, maybe. But there's a choice to make, right? And there's options here, or there's something that is appearing one way but it's actually another way, and I feel like it's causing you to question, you or your partner or partners, to kind of question yourself and your intuition and what it is that you're actually feeling. And I say this because we have the Queen of Swords right after that. So someone is, because of this like uncertainty, that's also what I feel from this card. Like sometimes when there's just like too much to pick from, it's just like or if there's like just too much going on and it's hard to see through through things to see what's actually happening. That was poorly worded. Anyways, that also puts up a defense. So I feel like that's why the Queen of Swords is here, because something isn't clear enough for you. You don't feel safe. Either you or your partner doesn't feel safe enough emotionally. So now there's walls going back up. There might be some arguments or just being a bit terse or curt with each other, because it often could be something that I don't even want to say you're expecting your partner to do, but sometimes it is. Other times it's like you feel like there's a lack of attention here to you, or your partner feels like there's a lack of attention from you, and so it's putting up this wall of defense for them or for you, and it doesn't feel safe to be emotionally vulnerable. It doesn't feel safe to share what's happening on the inside, because someone's not understanding, or someone isn't, what's the word? It just slipped my fucking mind. Or someone is damn, I'm just gonna have to let that go. But the choices that are coming up aren't the best, or it's hard to, like I said, it's hard to see what's actually happening. So that uncertainty is just making things more difficult. And because you or your partner feels like they can't speak about that uncertainty as well, that also causes defenses to raise until the smoke clears, right? So, what you need to be aware of in your relationship with the Two of Pentacles here is management, right? Understanding how to balance multiple things, understanding how multiple things can be true at once also, and knowing that there are different ways and different methods of doing things. It's not just you, right? But it's also your partner or partners, and vice versa. They have to remember that it's not just them, it's also you, or you and your other partners. And we have the Lovers here right after that. So you or your partner or partners may have Gemini placements, but divine timing, right? That's always what I feel with the Lovers card. This is also to say that this relationship can be a divine one. That it is guided by spirit and by the universe and things of that nature. But I really feel like, what is supposed to happen is going to happen. And that comes in the time that it's supposed to come. So if there's been like even pressure being felt about, what's the next step, where are we moving to next, what is our next level of commitment, things like that, remember not to put undue pressure or stress on these things. It's important to have specific conversations and recognize where you all are on the same page, and recognize where maybe you're not on the same page, and then come together and see if that's a kind of a deal breaker or not. But all in divine timing is really what I'm feeling. And if it doesn't, feel as great to have these conversations, or to even come to these conclusions, like, okay, maybe there's something deeper going on that I'm not seeing, or maybe, we're on the latter end of the relationship here and things aren't working out as much, that discomfort, that heartbreak, that sadness, you will come out of it with the Three of Swords in reverse as the overall energy here. And we have the Moon right after. So your intuition is definitely going to be kicking in. Still feeling that uncertainty, and it's okay. And like I said, I understand why your defenses may be up, but also remember that things happen when they're supposed to happen, and you saying or not saying something isn't going to stop that. So say something anyway if you feel safe enough to, and even if you may not feel safe enough to, it's still this is still about you and the ways that you want to be treated, your needs, your requirements, and stuff like that. And it's important to advocate for yourself in that way, and speak up for yourself even when it's difficult. Okay, Cancers? Alrighty, so now let's get into career and finance. What's going on for Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regards to their career and finances? Let's see. Oops. What's going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in regards to their career and finances this month? And how can Cancers better their relationships with their career and finances? Ooh. Okay, I like that. Alrighty, my nose is itchy now. Alrighty, so first here we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You know, I feel like this is just coming to the realization that you're at a different point in your life. So now what you thought you wanted for yourself and, you know, for years to come is changing. And it's something that you have to let go of. It's something that also requires you to be honest with yourself about why you wanted to set things up for yourself in this way, and how to define that in a new way for yourself now. This could be obviously a career change. This could be, you know, understanding that maybe your dreams of what you thought your family was going to look like is not what actually could happen, or it's just not connecting with you anymore. And so now it's time to it's time to let that go, or it's time to adjust and adapt that vision for what's presently happening right now. And that's uncomfortable, right? It's uncomfortable and it's uncertain, and a lot of the times you don't really know where it's going to lead you. But I can say that what will help you better your relationship with your career and your finances here with the Eight of Pentacles is to keep working on your skills, keep working on your craft, to keep diving into those things that really do interest you, that really do get your gears turning and make you excited to work on them, right? You know, of course, don't burn yourself out. But just allow yourself to freely flow through the things that you are really interested in, and learn them on a deeper level and practice them on a deeper level, and just continue to hone those skills, because it will pay off in more ways than one. Of course, monetarily, but you will also be able to really open opportunities and doors for yourself. And even though at the bottom of the deck here we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this is really more so about just taking that time for you and recognizing what, like I said before, what you want for yourself, understanding how to adapt to those changes that are coming up with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and knowing that you don't have to be completely held to one thing because that's what you said you wanted. You know, wants change, needs change, and that's okay. So don't, with all of these pentacles here, I do feel like, you know, don't be too rigid about what you're doing, about what you're spending your money on and things like that. Of course, be smart and plan, because Pentacles again is about methods and how you do things. So be smart and plan, but don't hold yourself back or hold yourself completely to something because that's exactly what you said you wanted, and this, that, and the third, but now presently it's not fitting, right? So allow yourself that movement, and that flow. But be intentional. Be what's the word I'm looking for? Why am I having such trouble like finding my words lately? I hate this. Be intentional. Have faith in yourself, and take on opportunities that you have the space for. Don't overload yourself, and don't say yes to everything because you don't want to offend someone by saying no. Okay? Okay. So lastly, let's get a little bit of advice for my Oracle deck. It almost like flew entirely out of my hands. Any advice for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Any advice for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for this month? Let's see. Okay, we'll just take that one card. Rejuvenation. This is one of my favorite cards, like just because of the illustration. Like I just find it so beautiful. But rejuvenation. The totem here is plant. The crystal is green tourmaline, and the number is 23, which breaks down to 5. So this is exactly what it says. Rejuvenate yourself. Like I was saying earlier, kind of clean house and get rid of anything that is just like taking up space that you need for yourself. Clear away anything that isn't that you don't use. Clear out anything that is not of value to you because it's just taking up space, and it's not leaving space for you, or not leaving space for the things that you actually do need, or the abundance you do want to receive. So rejuvenate yourself, ground yourself, go outside. There's lots of green here. Work on your heart chakra especially, and release whatever may be still hiding in here, right? Whatever you might be hiding from yourself in here, start to open that up and release that. Go outside and do some more grounding. Be around trees. If you have a garden, I feel like, this is about gardening, of course. Like, be in your garden, be around nature, and embrace the changes that are coming, right? 5 is the number of change. So embrace the changes that are coming to you, because they're coming, and the least you can do is roll with it. Okay, Cancers? I hope these messages resonate. Thank you for tuning in. Like and share with the homies. Subscribe. If you feel inclined to tip, I'll leave all that information in the description box. And if you would like a reading with me, feel free to book. I am open, and I will leave the link for that in the description box as well. I hope these messages find you well and give you some clarity and understanding. And I will see you all next month.